So I just had to put the fourth one out now. I feel that these first four videos should really go together as the introduction to ritual magic. This is actually the most important video out of the first four. Nobody, and I mean nobody, explains why you should be doing the diaries. They just tell you to do them. And that's about it. When I first started doing the diaries, all I would do on my ritual diary is record the day and what ritual I was doing, and I flopped out after a couple days. And the dream diary, I started and actually never recorded a single thing because the first couple days I didn't remember anything from my dreams, so I didn't record anything, and that's a big no-no. So we're going to start off with the ritual diary because you need to be recording what's happening during the rituals. You could perform a ritual, it will work, but without recording it, you're never going to be in control of it. The more you record about your ritual work and the more you record about your dreams, the more aware you are of the inner workings of them. And that is what leads to be having full control over what's happening during your rituals and full control over what's happening while you are sleeping in your dreams. So moving on to the ritual diary. This is the layout of how the book Modern Magic by Donald Michael Craig laid out. And it's very good. This is what's worked for me so far, so I'm going to present it in the same fashion, giving full credit to the author. Date, day, time. Obviously, that I shouldn't have to explain that. Phase of the moon, whether it's waxing or waning, or full for that matter. Weather conditions, cold, warm, muggy, rainy, snowy, volcano erupted nearby, whatever, record it. Emotions. Now, this can be a little bit tricky because your emotions going into and recording all this prior to starting your ritual might change during your ritual. And if that happens, record that too. Record in the beginning I felt angry, and then after the relaxation ritual and the banishing ritual, I came out of it kind of happy. Now, the book says that you're going to get into the banishing what you put into it. So if you go into a banishing ritual pissed off, you're going to come out pissed off. I've only had this happen like twice, and I was going through some real shit. So I mean, I don't think it was that. I've had a lot of times where I went into a banishing ritual just depressed as all hell and came out of it feeling like $1,000,000. So record your emotions, and sometimes you can have split emotions. I've been content but very sad. I've been pissed off but happy. Emotions are a tricky thing. Physical condition, I do not mean how buff you are. By physical condition, I mean, are you ill? Any kind of illness, even sinus infections, whatever. Anything that could hamper or help ritual work. That is the whole process of this, is finding out what helps, what hurts. And there could be other things like physical condition. Maybe you're just feeling more uplifted, which I mean that might go more towards the emotional side of things, but there are, like, maybe you just got done working out all day and you're feeling really great about yourself. That could be physical condition, I guess. Names of rituals performed. Always record what rituals you're doing that night. Performance. How well you performed it. Did you feel anything from it? How were the visuals? More importantly, are you satisfied with your performance? Because you could get nothing that I say correct, none of the visuals, none of the feelings, but as long as you feel that you did it right and you're satisfied, I guarantee it worked. Results, I don't really like putting that word there because Crowley, and I don't like quoting him often, but said that magic can be hampered by lust of results, and that's what, by results, I don't really expect anything to happen from these rituals just yet, because you're not performing magic for a purpose. The lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram and the middle pillar is white magic, meant to control yourself. You are your own little Private Ryan, and you are going out to save him. So the results for the first couple times will probably only be the tarot contemplation results, really. In my case, anyways, I didn't start recording results from the lesser banishing until about a couple weeks in, and I didn't start doing the middle pillar until almost a month and a half in. So that is your ritual diary. Record that anytime you do a ritual. I don't use a page per ritual per se. Like if I'll wrap a couple rituals into one page. I'll put the relaxation, lesser banishing, middle pillar, tarot contemplation all on one page. Obviously I don't write that big normally. I'm just doing that for the camera. Now on to the dream diary. There is no real set way to set it up. I just use a normal journal book, and there's usually 3 to 4 days on each page. I just make sure I date it and separate it so I don't think that they're both the same day in the same dream. If I do have 2 dreams in the same day, I mark off the times when I went to sleep, when I woke up, and recorded it. But this is, and I don't want you to incorporate this into your diary just yet. I haven't. The book specifically says don't really worry about this just yet because you're not gonna know the difference just yet. And that's true. There's 4 things that can happen when you're dreaming. Astral work, psychological messages. Sometimes your subconscious is trying to tell you something and you just aren't listening, and that happens a lot, especially to me. Or play. Your mind's bored, it wants to play. And this happens to me a lot when I used to play a lot of video games. And if you go play a video game up until the point when you fall asleep, you find that you're dreaming you're still in the video game. That's what that is. Or any combination of the above. Because not only do you have an astral body, but you have many other dimensional bodies. And consciousness can bounce from one to the other rather quickly. The most important thing is never to be scared of anything in a dream. Or for that matter, later on in this work, if you start evoking, we'll get into that later, and you have any extremely scary experiences while summoning any kind of spirit, just know that these things feed off fear. And if you don't fear it, it can't manifest any further than it already is. It's trying to get you. And it's the same way in dreams, that if astral entity or some kind of dark spirit enters your dreams and tries to siphon off your energy, they're going to do it through fear. And the one way to counter that is bravery. You look it dead in the eyes and tell it fuck right off, punch it in the face, whatever you got to do to make yourself feel good, but it will fucking run. I tell you that from experience. But the dream diary itself, every night you go to bed, you keep it by as close as you can to your bed with a pen ready. And when you wake up, as long as, I find this really hard to bypass the bathroom instinct to stop and write this down. Mark off date time, March 28th today. 2014. So if I was writing this would be from last night's dream when I went to bed. So it would be last night. And although I didn't remember anything, you always have to record that. That is pivotal. If you don't record anything, you're never really going to get dreams that you remember vividly, and you're definitely never going to get control of your dreams. And that is the goal, to transfer consciousness over to your dreams so you can do things. Which, that's when the possibilities become limitless. So last night, I did not remember remember anything from my dreams. Now, the importance of writing this down, even though you didn't really get anything out of it, is that you were acknowledging the fact that even though you didn't remember it, you had a dream. That is what's important. And after so many days of you acknowledging the fact that you're having dreams and you're not remembering them, you will start remembering them. And then after you have a good at least 4 weeks to maybe 2 months of getting that down and being able to remember every aspect of your dream and then start dissecting them, that's when you could try to meditate yourself to sleep to where you can grasp on to that moment as you're falling asleep. And if you can do that, that is when you transfer consciousness to your astral body, which I have never done before. It's happened on accident 3 or 4 times, and that's what started this head forward dash into the occult so I can get back there, because it was the most amazing experience I've ever had. So that's it for this episode. A little bit longer than the rest, but this is important stuff. You have to record what's going on, because recording it is how you understand it. And then later on, once you've been doing your dream diary for a while, you can start to try to figure out what dreams are what. Whether you're doing astral work, whether you're just playing around, or whether you have serious messages coming from your subconscious that you need to be paying attention to. This is all important into understanding who you are, how you work, and the energy that runs the machine. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, because we got a lot more coming.